Hello chat, it's me, here for a Xenoblade stream. Hopefully, I should have more time than I need, but today we're trying to do all of Chapter 5 and the very beginning of Chapter 6 to get to the end of the original plan for this section for the next discussion this weekend. Um, I know Misfit has been at least said he was going to watch a little bit of yesterday's stream while he was eating lunch yesterday. I don't know how much he's watched, if at all. But this should be the only other stream for this section, and if the section is too short, he will tell me. And if it's not, then this will be the last Xenoblade stream for the week. There's also the chance that I might stream Dark Souls 2 after this stream, but there's not anybody here to hear that, so who really cares? I'm ready to jump in because I want to play Xenoblade because I love this game, and I had so much fun playing it yesterday. I need to load into the game, though. Give me a second. I'm ready to play. This is a cool section, I think. I feel like, I don't know, it's strange because I feel like this is a section that is generally sort of not thought about super fondly, but I feel like a lot of the, outside of obviously the Fiora death, a lot of the early stuff, I think it's overlooked for a lot of the really cool, crazy things that happen later, akin to something like One Piece, where people are so focused on things like Wano or Enies Lobby or Marineford that they lose sight of the trees for the forest, and then suddenly they're forgetting about Little Garden or Drum Island or I don't know, even Syrup Village or Baratier, you know? I like Baratier a lot, but even something like Syrup Village, which a lot of people really hate. Anyways, let me put my headphones on and we will get into the game. Not to say that this section is necessarily the Syrup Village of Xenoblade Chronicles. Oh, that would be the reason why I couldn't hear. It's because my headphones were slightly unplugged, so it was only quiet and in my left ear. Okay. And I did off stream, not very much. I looked on the wiki at the rewards for the Collectopedia and completing the different rows that we have not completed in this section. And I determined that none of them were worth my time to go back and get. Because this one gives us a strong weapon for Rein for this section of the game. But at the point we're at now, we have gotten stronger weapons for Rein already. So it wasn't worth going back for. And the other things were either armor we couldn't equip or some other thing I didn't really need. So if we complete them, we complete them. If we don't complete them, I'm not worried about it. I didn't do any side quests off stream, although I did think about it. And then I also bought a bunch of armor and then got rid of it. Or I bought the bunch of armor, saved on a different save file, and then came back to the main save so that we have more fashion available later in the game. And we should be able to put... Oh my god, we can't put that on Sharla until Shulk is at max affinity, which is a nightmare. But we are making good progress on skill trees. Shulk has this one now, which gets us more experience for completing side quests. And I think we want to go all the way to the bottom for Shulk because the increased chain attack damage is really good. I mean, 25% is a lot, especially as we get further and further into the game. So I think for now we're good with Shulk. I just want to make sure we're good with everybody. What am I looking for with Rein here? AP awarded in battle, I think, is the thing I'm looking for. And then probably switching to something else. But Rein's skill trees are not too good. Yeah, probably getting to Spoils of War and then moving him into Enthusiasm. And then Sharla, we were looking to get the reduced duration of cool off and the ether increases. Okay. Alright, we should be good to go then. And I think for now, I'm not going to worry too much about the side quests we've got sort of sitting around this area, even though they're things that maybe we could go do. Because I don't know. I'm not necessarily in the mood to rush them right now. If we get to a point where we want to sort of take a bit of a slow point, we can. Technically, we could just fast travel straight here. Let's just fast travel straight here. Let's just go. I just want to go into it. And if I feel like I am underpowered, then I will do something about it. don't know if we get a cutscene the moment we come in here. Oh. Welcome to Colony 6.
This is Colony 6?
It's like a fortress. Did people really live here?
So much has changed. It's only been a month.
We'll find Juju and then smash some metal.
Wait! We can't just rush in.
We could enter through the mine.
Mine?
There's a massive ether deposit under the colony. The first settlers here built right on top of the mine. That's how we got our colony. The mine is like a network of tunnels. It's much more complicated than the colony streets. They can't have figured it all out in the space of a month.
So...
She means it's the best route if we want to remain unseen.
You're catching on.
great. So how do we get in?
Through the drainage outlet. It's just up ahead.
Alright. Also, while we were watching that cutscene, I remembered one of the fashion things that I discovered we had acquired is the rest of this, I think, matching set for Rhine. So I'm just going to put him in this whole Ligar Type 3 set so that his whole sort of outfit matches a little better. Even though it's still not the outfit that I wanted him to have for this section, but we just don't have access to the armor that we need to get the things that I wanted for Rhine in this section. Otherwise, everybody is good to stay as they are. And let's, is there anything up? I don't think we can do anything, but I guess I can show this up here, that the entrance to Colony 6 has been barred. So even if we wanted to just bum rush straight... Oh, a vision! Even if we just wanted to bum rush straight into Colony 6 instead of, like, taking this detour through the Ether Mine, it's not possible. Presumably the Mechon, who are currently making this their base of operations... I did it again. I still am pressing that button to jump like it's Xenoblade X. But presumably the Mechon that have made this sort of their current base of operations after attacking Colony 6 have barred the entrance here. Also, there's a side quest up here, which I completely forgot there was a side quest in a little shop up here.
Daza in big trouble. If Daza not have that thing, then it really bad. Oh, hello there, friend can listen to Daza. Some hawks assume Daza's proof of Napon merchant status. If Daza not have proof, Daza cannot trade. Daza do not know what to do. Friends must get it back for Daza. Can friends do that for me?
Could you let them steal the proof of your merchant status?
Daza only look away for a second and they steal it. They want it because it's shiny. If friends not help Daza not know what to do, will friends help Daza? Okay. Friends really help Daza. Yay! Daza make sure to give friends really good reward.
Nope, leave it to you. Alright. And then let's quickly check. Oh, we raised affinity with Charla! Let's see if any of these things are worth buying. Double attack? I forget what that does. Doesn't that make your... I don't remember if that works for arts. I think it's just for auto attacks. So it's not that good, I don't think, for Ryan. That or it's what he's already using. Not really worth the change. There's also a chance that some of these might be new, what's the word I'm looking for? New... Oh, these are worth buying. At least for Shulk. Maybe for the whole crew, because agility is so strong in this game. Maybe for Ryan, at least. I might buy those. Because that's just the same thing Shulk is wearing, but with better defense. It is Ryan's only thing. Does he? I mean, I guess I could give him these to give him a slot, but that's a lot of defense loss. Let's just buy them for Shulk and nobody else. Okay. Anyways, we're off to the Ether Mines below Colony 6 as a way to sort of get in through a back entrance, basically. Under the assumption that the MechCon will not have figured out the whole place, because it's, you know, complex, and it took the Homs here a long time to set it up, presumably. Or at least get their bearings. But I'm out here picking up item orbs. I'm addicted to item orbs. I can't be stopped. Also, there's a chance we might try playing as with some of the other characters this stream. But I don't know. I like Shulk a lot. Shulk is very fun. We don't have access to the other party members that I really enjoy playing. And Ryan doesn't really become fun to play until, like, the end game, when his cooldowns are way shorter, and he doesn't have to wait over a minute to use, like, half his arts. Because just, like, sitting there auto-attacking and waiting with Ryan is not super fun in the early game. And Sharla is Sharla, gameplay-wise, so... I guess to sort of explain that, since, you know, Misfit's not familiar with the mechanics of the game necessarily. So, like, Shulk and Ryan each have this center art, the talent art. All the characters have these. This center art, the talent art, which, like, builds up by doing auto attacks, and then has some usually powerful effect. For Shulk, it gives him access to the wide breadth of Monado arts. For Ryan, it gives him access to an art that gives him, like, a ton of aggro to pull aggro off of the squishy members of the party. For Sharla, Sharla has a unique talent art. I guess they're all unique, but her talent art works differently than the rest of the cast's talent art. In the sense that, as she uses her arts, it fills up a gauge. It fills up the gauge around her talent art. As her rifle starts getting hotter. Occasionally you'll hear Sharla say, "My rifle's getting hotter." And so when the rifle gets hotter, she starts to heal for less, but do more damage. Which is an interesting idea for a mechanic. The issue is that when you get to max heat, she can't do any arts without cooling off. So, effectively, since most of her damage is not very good and she has very few damaging arts, especially when you first get access to her. I mean, if we look at her arts right now, Sharla has healing art, healing art, healing art, healing art, a mediocre damage art, a status effect, and a break art, which doesn't need to do damage. So, like, she has currently one damaging art, and it's not even a very good one, and it doesn't have synergy and chain attacks with Shulk and Ryan. And so, effectively, she just gets worse at healing as time goes on, and then occasionally has to cool off her rifle, where she just is forced to sit still and do nothing for like 5 to 10 seconds. I don't remember how long it takes, but it's a decently lengthy animation where she just sits there and does nothing, and she can't auto attack, and she can't heal, and she can't do anything. So instead of getting like a really cool special attack or mechanic like every other member of the party, Sharla gets effectively kind of just a debuff. Because, I don't know, maybe they were afraid that her healing would be too strong. She is the strongest healer, dedicated healer. I wouldn't say she is the strongest party member that can heal characters. Obviously, Shulk is stronger, but Shulk's healing sucks, for the most part. Shulk's healing is like a nice, like, bonus in his kit. But there is another party member who has some really strong healing arts that also provides a lot more general utility than Sharla does, whereas Sharla kind of only heals. There are situations where Sharla is useful. There is a team comp where she is helpful, because she's good for chain attacks in that specific team composition. Because for the same reasons why she sucks as a member of chain attacking with Shulk and Ryan, she is good with a different set of two party members. Spoiler: we're getting more than two party members after Sharla, I guess. But I don't know. I like Sharla. I think really the issue is that Sharla. I think it is a bit of like it's hard to separate gameplay from character sometimes with party members in these kinds of games, and maybe that's just me, maybe that's a thing that a lot of people experience, I don't know. And so, like, for the same reason why Fiora having, like, interesting combos with Shulk and Ryan, like the daze mechanic, and having access to, like, other synergistic arts for chain attacks with her also powerful red arts, similar to Shulk and Ryan, makes you feel her loss even more. I think that the issues with Charlotte's gameplay can sort of lead to you not being as invested in her character for a lot of players, and that's obviously not the case for everybody. I know there are plenty of people who play the game and rely on Charlotte the whole way through, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not gonna say like, oh well, I'm not so elitist that I would be like, oh, you don't deserve to play Xenoblade because you need a healer to beat the game. Sometimes Charlotte, when you need healing, Charlotte is very good. The issue is that for a lot of the game, you really don't need healing. We are kind of in the point of the game where you do need healing, though. Because, like, Shulk's light heal is not that good yet, and then Rein can't really solo tank by himself quite yet. So having the healing is nice. Also, before we move on from this area, I sort of was just, like, autopiloting and talking about stuff in this whole area. If you see down there... Let me see if I can get a better angle of this. You probably could already see it, but I want to make sure you know what I'm talking about. Let me get about... I guess it would be easier if we were right down there, but then we'd have to walk all the way back around. So let's try going to the end of this and see if we can see it well. Okay, yeah, perfect. Zoom in. If you see down there, that's Colony 9, where we started. Okay, come on, man. I'm trying to show something cool about the world building, okay? And the scale of the world. Can you piss off? Rein, you're a lifesaver. But I don't know, I think it's interesting the way that maybe some people end up liking Charlotte more as a character, potentially because they need access to heals more than say I do, or say a lot of people might. And instead become more invested in characters that do a lot of damage and stuff. I don't know. There's also perhaps a part of it that is misogyny. Anyways, that down there is Colony 9, so to sort of sell you on how far we've made it, or maybe how far things are from each other, all the way down there at, like, the ankle of the Bionis is Colony 9. And we went through Tephra Cave to get up there to the kneecap, which you can see right over there. And then all the way up here, the Gower Plain area was the leg of the Bionis that we went over. And now we're here. I think still on the leg, but, like, now we're more at, like, the hip, maybe, of the Bionis. Just to sort of sell you on the scale. And then all the way out there is the Mechonis, still looming in the background, with the sword struck in far above us. Higher than the clouds, even. Which is so, so cool. Anyways, I guess that's sort of my spiel on Charla that I has sort of unfinished from last time. And I like Charla as a character. I think Charla... I don't know. I think my issue with Charla is that, like, so many of the other characters throughout the whole trilogy are so fascinating and interesting and cool. And so Charla being, like a 7 out of 10 makes her kind of forgettable. She's not my least favorite party member in the series. Because some of the characters in... oh, hold on. I think we're in the cutscene, so... Don't let me... Oh, never mind. Some of the characters in Definitive Edition for this game added a epilogue, of which I'm not going to talk a lot about because I don't want to spoil anything about the epilogue. But the epilogue chapter has... it brings back 2 of the party members from this game, Shulk and one of the other ones, who I'm not going to say. And then it replaces... it has 2 new party members who have the exact same moves and skills and stuff as Shulk, or not Shulk, as Rein and Charla, to give you a tank and a healer during that epilogue. And I think that those 2, while fun and interesting, don't get really enough time to breathe to be as interesting as someone like Charla. But I don't know, I like Charla. I think that she's just sort of held back by, unfortunately, being the healer and designed the way that she is. Anyways, let's buy some art books, because these are helpful. This is where, like, a bunch of the Shulk art books are for the first time. Wild Down, we want... Bone Upper, maybe, but let's see what else they're selling. Berserker, definitely we want. I'll upgrade Heal Round, even. Alright, that's a lot of our money gone, but it's okay. Now we don't ever have to buy the art books again for the rest of the game, so we're chilling. Let's upgrade Shadow Eye. Let's upgrade some arts before we go further into the Ether Mine here. Let's just keep upgrading Wild down, because having more of that is great. And upgrade Berserker. Okay. And then Sharla. Heal round is very good just because it's AoE. Heal bullet. Just more heals is more heals is more heals. And then we now have access to these skill links. I guess we can take the physical defense from Sharla. It's not a negative thing. And then Sharla can take HP restored when reviving a party member, which is not super good, but it's something. Alright. And then we should be able to start a cutscene.
Guys, kill the noise.
A Macon.
I can't believe they've taken the mine too. That means the defense force and residents are... Oh no, Juju!
Keep it together, Sharla. Don't start panicking now.
Rhine!
You said yourself, they can't have seized the entire area, right? I bet you they're holed up someplace safe. Juju is alive, and we're gonna find him.
That's why we're here. You can count on us.
Yeah, yes. It'll be fine. Rhine, Shulk, thank you.
Alright, I didn't unmute myself. There we go. And here we are in the Ether Mines, below Colony 6. This is one of the areas in the game for sure. I don't know. I think that, this area is a little rough, I think, gameplay-wise. Just because there's a lot of Mechon here, and this is like our first real section with a lot of Mechon, and so you sort of have this game of like every encounter you have to set up Minato and Shan so that Shulk isn't the only one who can do anything to the Mechon, which is, like, you know, from a narrative perspective, kind of interesting, like the way that you sort of become reliant on the Minato in this section, more so than you have been against, like, the bosses that maybe needed the Minato, like, arts to help defend you. But, like, in this case, you really need it in order to even begin damaging the enemies, which maybe is part of it, is, like, part of the struggle of dealing with the Mechon, is, like, we have to rely on this tool. It's the only thing we have. I opened the menu because I was going to check something, and I totally forgot what it was, so let's just keep going. But this area is sort of very cramped. I mean, it's a cave, you know? Like, it's sort of designed to be this way, but... It's a very cramped area, without, like, a bunch of side stuff to do, so it kind of just feels a little... I don't know, maybe it feels dull, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass here. Elegant Marine. I'd love to fight them. Oh, this is our first secret area! Look at this! This is our first secret area. Hidden little corners of the world with beautiful visuals, sometimes special items and stuff, sometimes not. You get a bunch of experience for finding these places. I forgot that there was one in the Ether Mines. I thought the first one we were going to do was the one in Gower Plain, but here we are. Our first secret area of the game. And a very pretty one at that, with a unique monster who I would love to kill. Like, for example, when we hovered on this guy, we were level 21, like halfway through level 21. We walked up here, and now we're halfway through level 22. We got, like, basically a full level for finding this place. Which is actually one of my favorite things about... I mean, this game is the game that innovated this idea, and then the rest of the trilogy follows suit. And there's... I don't know, I've never played another RPG that does anything like this. Just the fact that, like... exploring the world. Like, the game wants you, and it tries to incentivize you to see the beautiful, interesting corners of the world. Not by, like, putting incremental upgrades in chests in corners and stuff, but just by giving you a reward for finding something pretty, I think is really cool. So that instead of your focus being on, oh, sure, we found this cool little corner of the world, but let's go get the chest and then just leave, you get this big bonus without even noticing it. And instead, the big flash of secret area discovered sort of instead incentivizes you to take a second and look at the world around you, which I think is really great. I don't think Xenoblade 1, I don't know. Some of the secret areas in all the games are so beautiful. I think the most beautiful one, I think, might be in 3, my absolute favorite one. But 2 and 1 each have some really, really good ones. Part of it might just be my bias for Xenoblade 3 coming out there, but...
Behold the power of the Monado! That was too easy.
Okay, let's get going.
Who else wants some?
Sniper, let's see if that's better for Charlotte. Not really, because we don't have other Ether Up gems. If we had better Ether Up gems, that'd be good. Who learned a new art? Charlotte learned Heat Bullet. Heat Bullet is pretty good. It's better than this, I think. Although, I don't know, 400 damage is not terrible right now. I mean, maybe we could just get rid of Tranquilizer. Tranquilizer's worse than Heat Bullet. Yeah, let's get rid of Heat just for Heat Bullet. Because Tension is very strong. And Sleep is not a very strong status effect. It's like maybe the only status effect in this game that's not good. Because all the other ones do, like, a lot of damage over time. Also, I find the music in the Ether Mine to be sort of haunting a little bit. It's not like as relaxing or freeing as other places. And it gives it a sort of contrast with, like, the Gower Plain music that we just were experiencing and how wonderful that was. To instead come into this place and it sort of be this dark, creepy, chilling music that sort of sets some of the stakes of, like, the colony is under control and stuff, and we're sneaking through these mines, which is fun. I don't know. I'm just sort of speaking out loud, because I don't know, I've never really thought about some of these things in this much detail before, because it's been so long since the last time I played 1, so I'm getting my own sort of enjoyment and reassessment of things throughout doing this. Anyways, I think we got a cutscene coming up. Oh, I accidentally put the death counter back on screen? Oops.
An ether rifle. Gaddo!
Charlotte, wait!
Gaddo!
I know that voice. Medic, is that you?
Otharon!
That's our cue, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
I love the visual effects in the Monado. They're so cool, dude. The, like, lightning energy, like, constantly pulsing off of it is so sick. Sorry I'm being sort of quiet during this combat encounter. I just, like, I don't have a ton to... I don't have anything to start talking about that will not take longer than this fight, and then bleed into the cutscene, so I don't want to cut myself off other than like, ooh, I love this game, you know? You can enjoy some of the battle music, right?
Medic, why are you here?
Sir, isn't Gaddo with you?
We have much to discuss. You'd better come with me.
Sir.
So, Juju has been taken by the bronze-faced one.
Sir, what about Gaddo?
Gaddo is gone.
Gone? What do you mean, gone?
Gaddo and I planned a surprise attack to set everyone free. But we failed, miserably. When I woke, Gaddo was nowhere to be seen. Only his rifle remained. But he is alive. I can feel it. We may not be joined by blood, but he's like a son to me. I'd know if he were dead.
Oh,
Some of the people in Colony 9 got eaten.
Rhine!
Sorry. I forget I said that.
They don't kill Homs right away. If that bronze-faced one took him, we still have some time left.
Are you sure?
Boy, that blade was once Dunban's. I'm not sure why you have it, but we're going to need its full power.
You can count on me.
We're heading for the central pit. It's where they take all the Homs they kidnap. If Juju's alive, that's where he'll be. Gather your things, we're moving out. Juju! Gaddo! This is for you!
What? What?
You say something, Shulk?
No. It's nothing. Forget it.
Man, this Shulk guy really can't stop seeing visions of people he's just met dying the moment he meets them. What is this kid's problem? A vision! Okay. Alley-oop? I think we might have another cutscene like almost immediately, so I think I'm gonna have to shut up again. But it's okay. I'll get to Yap soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. I really want to talk more about blueprints because I played a lot more yesterday.
Hurry it up, slow coach.
what's wrong?
Juju! Gaddo! This is for you!
What can it mean? This is for you. Is Juju already dead? Or is he going to be killed? Is that why Atharon... But then, what does that mean? If we keep moving, is Atharon really going to die?
No!
What's wrong, Shulk?
This battle is for my people. If you can't handle it, drop that weapon and head home.
That's not it. It's just that...
Out with it!
Listen. Maybe we shouldn't just rush in head first.
What?
We got this far.
I think we should observe them and plan our attack afterwards.
You insolent... We don't have that kind of time! You don't know a damn thing about these machines. I have observed their movements. I've planned this attack for a month! I know full well what's going to happen to my brothers and sisters.
It's just...
We're going! Fall in, medic!
Sir, what's got into you?
A vision again. Don't tell me another death.
Yeah.
I knew it. The Shulk I know doesn't just chicken out for any old reason.
This vision, was it like before?
Kind of. I saw an underground ether river. And Atharon.
Huh. An ether river. You know what? That sword lets you see the future. All that power, and you still keep getting it wrong.
Better to use my brain than my fists.
Shulk, I may rush in head first, but at least my head's useful for something.
Okay, I get the idea.
I ain't done yet. You're useless on your own, Shulk. That's why we're here.
Ryan,
Next time you have a vision, you tell us. We bear the burden together as a team. You have a vision you don't like, we'll change the future together. Got it?
Got it.
What was that? Say it like you mean it.
I got it, all right? Next time I'll tell you.
He's right, Shulk. You two saved Juju once before. I know we can do it again. I believe in you.
Thanks.
They're right. We'll change what happens. Anyway, I didn't see Juju and the others dying. There's still hope.
That is genuinely one of my favorite scenes with Ryan. I just love the way that, like, I think it is so perfectly placed because we've already had a scene where Shulk and Ryan are like, okay, we're gonna work on changing these futures together, right? Like, we had that back in Tepper Cave, and it feels like a thing that is resolved there, but it's not, and I think that's what's so beautiful about it. And I think it's so well placed here in this area, our first major area where we're fighting the Mechon a lot, in that, like, as a player, now more than ever, it feels like Shulk can do everything on his own, and that Shulk is the central glue. Because without Shulk, you can't even hurt the Mechon. You need him to use Monado Enchant. You're heavily incentivized to be the player-controlled character so that you can control when Monado Enchant goes up, and so that you have power over using certain arts and stuff that do a lot of damage to the Mechon. But Shulk is not a perfect, flawless guy. Shulk is... He's easily stuck in his own head. He's anxious, he's doubtful, he's self-doubt, he's like all these problems. But he thinks that he can do it all by himself. And I think that it's part of why I like so much that Shulk is almost like in an RPG sense, more of like an assassin type character. He is not the tank, he's not a healer, he's not a jack of all trades like your usual party leader would be. Because he does need Rock, he does need Sharp, you know? Even if he's the one that can see the future, and he's the one that can hurt the Mechon, he's not alone here. And a big part of Shulk developing and growing and appreciating the gift of life that Fiora gave him is to not isolate, to not become locked in by himself. And I think it's beautiful that that's what Ryan is here to do. And I think Ryan this is actually one of my favorite sections for Ryan, just generally speaking. Because he's also very much like this with Charla. He had the moment last chapter when Charla was going to rush in head first, and he's like, what are you doing? Like, we're here. And I think that, like, it's interesting to me that so far, I think, Ryan is almost portrayed as, like, well, yes, Ryan is dumb, and he's a meathead, and he acts without thinking. He's also, like, he is the perfect counterbalance for these other characters who think too much. Like, Shulk and Ryan are opposites in this way, in that, like, Shulk will, under all circumstances, he will think about every single possibility over and over and over and over and over and over again. And while that's good sometimes, because it means that he is smart and that he thinks about things, it also means that he is the first person to get lost in his own thoughts and doubt himself and doubt the right thing to do over and over again. And you even get some of that in the gameplay essence of, like, as Shulk, you are the one who has to decide what is the right thing to do with the Monado arts that all have these vastly different functions and powers on them, right? Can't see. Oh, Ryan is dead. I didn't realize Ryan was dead. Oh, that was a really bad mistake that I just made. That's not good. That's what I would call really bad, in fact. Oh, I didn't notice that he was dead when I went into the chain attack. That's bad. That might get us killed. I'm gonna be honest. That may single-handedly get us killed. Because I went into that chain attack there. Because now we somehow need to not die. Okay, you know what? Let's as I'm talking about Shulk needing the rest of the party to be something and to survive, Ryan goes down, and what do? We fall. We cannot make it without the whole crew. We need to get away, though. The issue is that we got surrounded by a bunch of enemies, and I was not paying attention to Ryan's health. That's on me. That is on me. Okay, but we can definitely do this. We just need to maybe take out some of the enemies surrounding this unique monster one at a time here. Let's do it this way.
Jokers. This is the Monado's. Let's focus our efforts. I'm on it. Gotcha. Right, you're a lifesaver. Now. Now we're working as one. Steady, Charla.
Big level up. And now we're at the 3-level advantage, so we're gonna be also with hitting level 20. Shulk has just gained a Days Art. The first person to sort of inherit something from Fiora's skill set is Shulk. As we begin to grow mastery over the Monado and become a better team. Alright, beautifully done. Heal Ryan.
Let's focus our efforts. No problem. Okay. See something. You can definitely do this.
This is a mistake, but let's do it. Alright, I really was hoping we were going to get another round there. I was hoping to get all the way around to Ryan.
I'm not doing too well. My rifle is getting hotter.
Also, we should be focusing the crab.
Now we're working as one.
So that we have as few enemies ganking us at a time as possible. Heal up Rhine. Do you think it's Rhine time, guys? Alright. Let's heal up Rhine at least a little bit. Sure, let's go for a chain attack. You can go for a chain attack.
You're up! Yeah! Rhine time!
My turn! Little blast! We're not finished yet!
Leave it to me!
Bummer, we didn't get all the way back around to Rhine.
Not bad!
We're counting on you.
We are going to be fine here. Nice.
Stay alert.
Who else wants some?
Well done. It's nice to have some challenging encounters. I like it. It might be worth doing, it might be worth skill trees Rhine. It might be worth, I want to put Rhine here for a minute, because if we can unlock heavy equipment for Rhine, that will allow him to take some of the heavy equipment that we keep getting that's good. And then we can skill link that to the other two to get heavy armor fashion for them for later in the game. If we need any heavy armor fashion, I don't remember if we do. So let's put him on that for a little bit. We unlocked Shaker Edge for Shulk. Actually, I think I kind of want to... I don't know if I really need to level up Minato speed right now. We could level up Shaker Edge a little bit. I feel like I want to upgrade maybe Slit Edge, and I guess we can upgrade Shaker Edge. Sure. Rhine has a new art as well. What's new, Rhine? I didn't see anything new. What did I miss? Oh, Last Stand. I mean, it's okay. It's probably better than Aura Burst. But I'm just gonna leave Aura Burst on. Level up Sword Drive. Level up Aura Burst once, maybe. And then Sharla, let's upgrade Heal Blast. Alright, perfect. And then equipment. Could give that to Shulk. Start with Rhine. Yeah, because getting things like these gauntlets would be really nice for Rhine. And you can at least put versions of the shoes on that have these things. 30 HP is not worth it. We could give him the HP up that we gave to Sharla. I would like him to have that more than Sharla, because his HP, or who has the HP up? Shulk had the HP up. I guess... I don't know. I guess slow resistance, or maybe bind resist. Doesn't really matter right now. Okay. Let's keep making our way through. Right, we need to... I forgot there was even another thing we had to do. Anyways, so blueprints. I want to talk about a little more about blueprints. I talked about it a little bit last stream. I played it a good bit more yesterday. Oh, another unique monster time. Okay. I guess I can try talking about blueprints while we do this unique monster fight. But we're about to get ganked by like a billion guys, so this might be kind of tough. We'll see how it goes. Fortunately, we're a decent level for this, but it's going to be scary regardless. But blueprints, as mentioned last time, roguelike puzzle game, really cool game. I quote-unquote beat it. I won my first run yesterday. And I had operated, during the whole time I was playing it, I was sort of operating under the assumption that, I'm actually gonna give him Minato speed real quick. But I need to get him up before he dies. But I had operated under the assumption the whole time while I was playing it. Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted to do, but it will work. Where is, Heal Blast? That's actually not a terrible idea. I never even considered doing something like that before. Of warning Charla of a vision to then heal Ryan for a bunch. Oh god. She's getting all the aggro. I don't know why Ryan is not helping us aggro the guy that I'm trying to attack. Charla's getting owned right now, which is not great. I'm having to focus on all the moving parts right now. I'm trying to talk about blueprints, even though I really want to talk about it. But I had operated under the assumption that, like, all of the game's mysteries and things were relevant and, like, necessary to getting to the final, reaching the end of the quote-unquote story, like, end of the game. And so I assumed that that was, like, the whole thing. I need to get Rhino. Oh, shit. That's so bad. Charlotte back up. Okay, we're fine. So I was taking all these notes. I have a bunch of notes. As mentioned, I've been writing notes physically on paper, which has been really cool. And then, so I made a big step in the mystery. Oh my god, Ryan is down again! There's so many enemies in this encounter, man! Okay, let's get Ryan back up. Minato, please. Okay, never mind. Okay, Minato, please give us... Ryan can take it. Sure, cannot take it, so let's do this. Her rifle's getting hotter. So when I made a big breakthrough last night, I was like, oh shit, we're gonna get a bunch of new clues. And then I was like taken completely aback as instead of getting new clues, I got to the end of the game. Quote unquote the end of the game. I know there's a lot more mysteries. And so now instead of like chasing this goal of trying to get to the end of the story, Ryan, instead of every time I told them to target the main enemy, Ryan completely ignored it and just kept focusing the unique monster the whole time and killed him before I even locked onto him once. So now instead of trying to beat the game, I'm chasing all these other mysteries in the game, and it's super, super cool. And I really loved the game, and I want to play more of it. I've been messing around with some other stuff too, but like I think it's a really unique game and nothing I've ever played. And the way that it has this like this through line message about like chasing dreams and like having passions and like how we can find those passions in something like a mystery is really, really cool. And I really like it. It's a cool game. Let's take this and then give him, I don't know, anything. These are all kind of bad. I guess we'll give him paralysis, but it doesn't really do anything. Charlotte can take this for some more ether. Any of these look better with her gear for this section? This is fine. Okay. It's a hell of an encounter. I just think the game's really cool. I think the way that it, like, it engages with you, the player, by, like, trying to encourage you to chase after these dreams and ambitions, and, like, wants you to chase its mysteries without forcing you to chase its mysteries is just, it's really genius storytelling. And the game is extraordinarily fun and really, really thought-provoking in that sort of way. I've been thinking about it. I haven't come up with, like, a, you know, I'm not an expert. And I haven't even finished all the mysteries, so I don't know, like, I'm still trying to figure out the mystery of the actual plot, or the rest of the plot. As well as, like, how it connects to what the game's message is, and like what the game wants you to feel and think, and how so much of that is like rooted in playing it and struggling with the mysteries and like doing the runs over and over again and learning just a little bit more each time about what to do next and where to go next and how you can possibly glean more information out of what you've seen so far, and it's just really, really cool. And if you are even slightly a fan of puzzle games, I really highly recommend it. It's absolutely incredible. And it's not $80 like fucking Borderlands 4, which I will talk about after this cutscene. Welcome to the Ether Mine. I accidentally put the freaking death counter on the screen again.
We're here. The central pit.
Where are they all? I don't see anyone.
We'll take that lift.
I'm ready to mash some mech on.
Yeah. Juju, Atharon, just hold on.
Welcome to the central pit. Yeah, so the Borderlands thing, right? What was it? What is the stupid CEO's name? Randy Pitchford or something like that? Had a quote yesterday where he said, in reference to the game being probably $80, he said some bullshit like, "Oh, but if you're a true fan, you'll find a way to pay $80." Fuck you, man. I don't even really care for Borderlands that much. I love Borderlands 2 a lot. I think that the other games are not my favorite. I like the gunplay in 3, but I didn't like anything else about it, really. But it's just like, you know, as the gaming industry becomes more and more and more and more and more expensive, and we're in a year where the 3 highest rated games of the year so far are all under $60, with Expedition 33 launching at $50, Blueprints launching at $30, and Split Fiction also launching at $50. Seeing these big companies like still trying to commit to these big swings on like, oh, you'll be content paying $80. It just really pisses me off. I don't know. So when Xenoblade 4 is inevitably $80 and I eat my fucking words, I guess, there I'll be, but I won't be happy about it, that's for sure. My real hope is that for one, that the crash comes soon so that this shit gets fixed and CEOs stop making so much money and being absolute slime. Although I'm sure the CEOs will be the only people to get out of a goddamn crash okay. Anyway. I just, like, I don't know. I just really hope that a year where so far all of the most successful games have been under $60 really says something. And, like, the only game that has come out above that price point that I've seen people, like, not... Why did I do this? I forgot when you do enchant. The only game that's come out above that price point that has been really well received would be Monster Hunter. And even Monster Hunter, which historically, and this is coming from a Monster Hunter fan, historically has, like, a fan base that will kind of just accept whatever it turns out like and accept it no matter what and be happy about it. Even they're like, okay, for the price that we're getting this game at, while it is incredible and there's a lot of great things about it and it's some of the best the weapons have ever felt, like, it's so little content compared to previous games in the series at the same point, and, like, we're waiting longer for updates than we ever had before with previous games for less, for around the same or less things than we used to get from those kinds of updates. And it's like a big thing of like, well, then why are we spending this much money on these kinds of games, right? I don't know. I think there's a conversation there to be had. And then that all ties in with, like, the bullshit with the AI Vader garbage in Fortnite pushing back against, like, striking voice actors and going behind union rules and shit without saying anything or checking with anybody. Probably because Disney just pushed the idea to make some fucking quick cash. And it just all makes me upset. I don't know. And then when you see the worst person you know online being like, well, if it only wasn't for the union, these voice actors wouldn't be losing their jobs. I hate you. I want to okay, let's kill this guy. Let's kill this guy with hammers. You know, that's sort of where I'm at with this whole situation. Anyways, I don't know what caused me to get on that train, other than Blueprints just being great. I'm just sick of AI, generative AI, and the way that it is, the way that it's leeching on everything that I love and making it worse for the people that make those things while making slop for toddlers. Not even toddlers. Toddlers are smarter than that. Slop from balding 30-year-olds who like to watch keys jingle and smile when people suffer. You know? I'm so tired of it. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about all this during Xenoblade of all things, but here we are, I guess. I guess I could be talking about the Ether Mine. I think this area is interesting. I don't know, I like what they were going for with this sort of like vertical puzzle sort of thing location. I think a lot of games try things like this, and not a lot of games succeed at it. I mean, FromSoft has tried things like this a couple times, and it's not great most of the time. Fortunately, this game and the Ether Mine is not like a big dropping puzzle or anything, which would be pretty extremely annoying. It's just like an area you just kind of have to wait sometimes, because things go by on automatic cycles. But I do like the sort of dread that this area gives, especially after Charla had the whole talk about, like, well, surely the Mechon can't have figured out this whole place by now. And here we are at, like, the center of the mine, the heart of the mine, where everything is going on. And it's just swarmed with Mechon. Every corner, every inch. They've completely taken this place over. And it sort of is like a almost dread-inducing. But it really is our first, like, real sense at what it looks like when the Mechon attack a place. Because, like, when they attacked Colony 9, they left, you know? They attacked, and then Metalface got, like, he was like, oh, time's up. And the same thing happened with our mysterious bronze-faced Mechon back at the other valley thing, I forget what it's called, where we fought the M71 and saved Juju. Or tried to save Juju. We saved Juju, and then he got captured again. That's my goat. Shout outs to Juju. I don't know. Juju is another character that's hard to evaluate critically because I've spent so many years entrenched in a community that, like, memes his very existence to death. And so it's hard to be, like, fully critical about the character of Juju. Anyways. But I really like this. I don't know. I think this section is sort of underappreciated. It is maybe sort of like a Baratier-esque kind of section, where this section is a lot of the heavy lifting for, like, establishing Shulk's need to rely on the crew, even though he is the one who can see the future. He is the one who's wielding the Monado and seems to have a control over it. That he's not invincible. And that our true reliance is not on the Monado, but on the people standing next to us, even this early, you know? But even still, even with the people standing next to us without the Monado, we're still helpless. It's this sort of weird dichotomy of, like, we need them both. They are both so essential, and with one without the other is not enough to defeat the Mechon menace. You know? It's like storytelling or some shit. I love jumping. Also, unfortunately, this area doesn't really have any moments where I think I'm going to be able to just sort of quietly sit and let you enjoy, the atmosphere of the Ether Mine, because there's so many Mechon encounters the whole way through. So outside of the environment getting sort of interrupted by the presence of the Mechon, it might be difficult to sort of let you fully absorb the dread of the area in the same way we looked at sort of a piece of the majesty of Gower Plain. But I may try anyway. Not that it's impossible for you to take in and enjoy the environment while I'm talking. I think, anyway. I don't know. I'd have to have Misfit's word on that. He hasn't told me anything, so. But I don't know if... I mean, I hadn't posed this question last section, and I don't know how much of last section he's watched so far, so. But I'm always open to his feedback, so, you know. Any suggestions for things I could be doing differently during these, please let me know. Since I assume you're watching through the whole things. But I don't know how much you're watching or if you're just skipping to cutscenes and making me sad. So. I guess I'll find out. Okay. Roger? The king of the pirates? I love that guy. That's something I can talk about. I didn't even think about that. I have One Piece things to talk about. So, obviously, you know, I think, fairly obvious that I am somewhat of a pusher with One Piece. Everybody that's into One Piece is a pusher. But I think as of last night or yesterday afternoon, I think I have successfully pushed for the first time. Whether or not they will fully commit to One Piece is a different question entirely. I suppose we'll see by the end of Arlong Park how they feel about the whole thing. But I've been talking so much. There's I guess you would say maybe sort of like a mentor figure for me that I talk to a lot, and we talk somewhat about like stories and things that have impacted us and like what we're thinking about. And I've spent a lot of the last 6 months, or last almost year now, talking about One Piece and what it's been making me feel and how it makes me think and feel emotions and stuff, because it's so fucking good. And they have been wanting to branch out and learn new things about new mediums and stuff, which has been cool. And so they were going to watch it, and then I think they watched like part of either the first episode of the anime or first episode of the live action. I don't know which. They just said that they watched one of them on Netflix. And then said that they would rather... Something about it to them seemed like they wanted to read it first and then see how it was adapted second. And so I showed them sort of how to get to a way to read it legally and in English. And then set them on their way. And last night they read, apparently, the first 2 chapters of One Piece. And I was sort of nervous because I don't think... I mean, One Piece is, you know, it's not for everybody, and it's definitely very much so out of her wheelhouse. But I got a message when I woke up this morning, because obviously there's a bit of a time difference between me, where I am and where they are. And so I got a message this morning that I woke up to that said, "I love Luffy!" Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And then now we have a plan to talk on Thursday, tomorrow, about One Piece in the beginning. I believe the full message was something along the lines of, "I love Luffy. Only 2 chapters, and there's still so much to talk about. Let's plan for a talk on Thursday." And then I let them know this morning that that Romance Dawn ends around chapter 7, if they want to go to the end of Romance Dawn before then. But I also emphasize that part of the fun is taking your own time and moving through One Piece at your own pace. So, we'll see. But I'm excited. I don't know if they'll stick all the way with it. It might not be fully their cup of tea. But that's my goat, Monkey D. Luffy. All it took was Chapter 1, Romance Dawn, and Chapter 2, they call him Straw Hat Luffy, for her to like him already. So, that's my goat. That's the boy in the barrel right there. I love that guy. And also, so as a result, I've reread the first 2 chapters of One Piece this morning. And it's my first time reading the beginning of One Piece, because when I first went through it, I watched up until Thriller Bark, and then I started reading partway through Thriller Bark, and then I watched the end of Thriller Bark, and then I started reading through Saba Odi, Impel Down, etc., etc., etc. So it's been fun to see how some of the early parts of the manga are a little bit different. With like the way that it introduces the story is a little different, since in the anime it starts with Chapter 2, and then it comes back to Luffy's backstory with Shanks a little bit later. Or how it frames the whole boy in the barrel thing a little bit differently than it does in the manga. And also the way that, I don't remember if this is the way that it is in the anime. Obviously Nami doesn't show up because they added scenes of Nami as well in the intro. Pesky thing! But the way that, like, with the Alvida stuff at the very beginning, where they're, like, questioning... Like, when Luffy shows up and Alvida's like, who is this bounty hunter you sent after me? Is it that demon Roronoa Zoro? Which is so funny, you know? They don't know that guy doesn't know left from right. This demon. Anyways, go read One Piece. It's great. I suppose this is also a message to Misfit that there's a non-zero chance I will be slowly rereading through One Piece if you want to slowly reread it with me and maybe occasionally do discussions and retrospectives on early One Piece. It may be something I'm open to doing very sooner than expected, because I wasn't originally planning to reread any One Piece until the current arc ends. I was going to say the current arc in case Cody watches these back. I don't want to spoil what the current arc is in case I ever eventually convince him to to watch One Piece. Which hopefully I can, but it might be a little challenging. I've been trying though. I've definitely been pushing. I'm a pusher if nothing else. Let's not lose our heads, though. So true, Ryan. Let's not lose our heads, though. I keep forgetting that I can just do this to check the map in this game. Because the map works differently in Xenoblade X than it does in 1, 2, and 3. Which also reminds me about Xenoblade 2's map. Oh god. Xenoblade 2 is going to be an interesting set of streams when we get there. But I'm gonna be as positive on that game as I can be. But I will be sure to be negative about the things that are worthy to be negative about. The story is not one of the things that I will be negative about. The dogshit tutorials and the bad map and the what are they called? The field skills? Those I can complain about. Reminds me that there's been like a rumor with the Switch 2 on the horizon of like a Xenoblade 2 Definitive Edition, which I really hope doesn't happen. I think really all that game needs is like a 60 FPS patch. I don't really think it needs a whole ass Definitive Edition like 1 does, or 1 did. Not that 1 even really needed a Definitive Edition. It could have had a port, but a lot of the quality of life changes here are incredible. But Xenoblade 2 doesn't have nearly as many things that need quality of life changing as the original Wii game did to this game. But it is the first time I've seen people genuinely defending field skills as a well-designed mechanic in Xenoblade 2, which is crazy, because it's not. It's a horribly designed mechanic. But it is the first time I've seen people who are so obsessed with being contrarians to anything possible that they would defend Xenoblade 2 field skills, which is hilarious to me. Which is crazy because Xenoblade 2 itself already figured out how to fix field skills in the expansion. The Torna expansion fixes the field skill problem. It works perfectly in Torna. The issue is that it's not designed well in the base game. And then field skills in 3 work fine too, but they work completely differently in 3. They're just called the same thing. Same thing with X. X, I think, original X had field skills or something like that, something akin to them. And they changed them. I can feel the power! Okay. And then they changed it in X Definitive Edition. I forget if we need to go up this elevator or down this elevator to progress. I don't know how much of the optional stuff in this area we need to do. I think we need to go up to progress. Let's go down to maybe get some ether. Because eventually I am going to want to go and do... that's a thing I should probably do off stream, is go make some gems. But exploration is exploration is exploration is exploration. And selling more of the atmosphere of this locale, even if it's not in the same dedicated way that I did with the other section, is nice. Plus, exploration is the best way to level up, especially throughout the majority of the main story. Pesky thing. I will tell you though, it is taking like every fiber of my being not to like vocal stim repeat all of the combat voice lines while playing this game on stream. Because I just, all the combat dialogue I love so much. Like that one that we just had where they were at the post-battle dialogue where Ryan's like, Shala, did you see what I did? So cute. Okay. Ryan, you're a lifesaver. I need to send Misfit the Ryan, you're a lifesaver clip. Although I don't know, I'm worried that maybe they would it would lead to recommendations that could potentially have spoilers just by watching the Ryan, you're a lifesaver clip. Maybe I should pull it up on stream and show it. I don't know. It's worth thinking about. It is a classic. Wait till we can get to the Ricky Slam Dicky and Car Door meme. That's some deep shit right there. I don't even know if it's really that deep. Then again, it's been a few years, so I don't even know how many people even remember the Ricky Slam Dicky and Car Door thing. Ricky Slam Dicky and Car Door? Crash Pow! Okay. Let's go. Trying to lean over the edge, but I don't want to fall to my death. But I want to show the sort of scale of this place. Well, that was fun while it lasted, wasn't it? These guys too. Oh, I can show something here. Xenoblade. This is why Xenoblade has the best ladders in the business. Because grabbing onto one causes all enemies to de-aggro, and that is the case in every single game. I guess except for X, because I don't think X has any climbable walls like that, like the other games do. Also, that didn't aggro these guys, they're just sitting here watching. The cuck mechon? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alley-oop! I couldn't even finish saying it before I had to apologize. Medium rare. I was gonna say... No, what? Never mind. Never mind. I've dug myself far enough in the hole. Let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. Okay. I'm just gonna run past this guy if we can. We just took 0 damage from that shit. Shulk is simply him. No, we gotta wait for the elevator anyway. Oh, and he gave up the chase. Yippee! We're gonna see when we can get low enough to see like the bottom from a convenient angle. You can kind of see it there, not really though. It's difficult to see. But I don't know, I think really my only problem with the Ether Mine is that I feel like it is not varied that much. Like, once you get to this section, like the actual central pit, it ends up feeling very samey and kind of goes on for forever, feels like. Whereas, like, an area like Gower Plain, you had, you know, the actual plains themselves, you had Ragwell Lake to break it up, the giant bridge. Inside the lake, there was the different, like, almost lily pad-esque, like, stone structures, and then like across the bridge you had this whole like rocky like gray valley area, and then this like twisting pathway that leads up to like some ponds, and then you have the whole like spiral valley thing there in the center where we fought the boss of that area. Okay. And I feel like generally areas have a lot of visual... I mean, even Tephra Cave, right? Like, Tephra Cave had, you know, it had the area that was, like, the weird, futuristic something that Shulk and Ryan commented on. And then there's, like, normal cave area with, like, some pools of water. And there was, like, the whole spider area. And then there was, like, the mushroomy area as well. I just feel like maybe this area does not visually differentiate itself enough. Like, maybe if the walls were becoming, like, more glowy and more ethery as we got lower, that could maybe do something, but I don't know. Just sort of feels like, oh, we're on a little pathway, and then over here there's going to be another thing we can mine, and then there's going to be another little pathway, and then we're back on an elevator or something, and it gets a little samey until we get to the bottom, which is not necessarily, like, a fault of area design. I mean, maybe it is. I think that from a gameplay perspective, this area is fine, but it gets a little dull visually, I think. Which maybe, I don't know, I mean, I guess there's room to criticize. It's not like this game is infallible and perfect, right?
Let's
And maybe that's why I'm thinking of this as like a less popular area, just because of my own opinion on the Ether Mine as like a visual area. But I don't know. Do you think Ryan's a lifesaver or no?
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Oh, there we go. Now we can see the bottom. There we can see it. Be very careful. You can see the bottom down there. In fact, I think this elevator over here that we're getting close to might take us all the way down? Or maybe it's the next elevator. I don't remember.
Everyone, let's go!
Regardless, they should have made it a ladder instead, and this game would be good. It's okay. There's some cool ladder-esque things later in the game, so it's not like this game's completely unplayable. But it would certainly be better with more ladders. I've been dazed. What?
It's over.
Okay, let's get going.
Good thing I'm here.
No. Anyone? There it is. Sorry if I'm getting a little quieter as we are approaching deeper into the mine. I'm just sort of... I don't have a bunch of... I mean, I've talked for an hour and a half to myself about a bunch of random shit, so... My voice is... I don't want to overdo my voice, so I'll just sort of let us sit in the area a little bit, maybe. I just feel I don't want to worry. I feel like I'm worried about a boring misfit or something. I don't know.
I just want this to be fun for him. I'm self-conscious about it, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, now we gotta get on these. I think these do weird shit with the jump physics, too. Bottom's right down there. We're almost there. The bottom of the mine. And then shit will really get to... I guess spoilers, when we get to the bottom of the mine, shit's gonna pick up. I don't know how... I guess I ruined it. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm lying. We get to the bottom of the pit and nobody's there and Juju's fine, and then we leave.
Everyone, let's go!
I don't want anyone dying out there.
Leave it to Ryan. Bring it on! We can definitely do this. All together now.
You said it, Schultz. My rifle's getting hotter.
Got knocked out of the wild down. I pressed the button because I heard him say wild down and then he didn't do it.
Easy there, Ryan. Now it's right time. We can definitely do this. I'm really feeling it. It's over.
Okay, let's get going.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Let's see. Okay, Ryan has learned this. We're already quite a ways to this, so now I kind of don't want to waste the things we've already put in this. I mean, it's not a waste because we're going to get there eventually. Anyways, let's put him back on this side. Get this, because the faster we can get this, the better for the rest of the game. And then also we had something new on Charla. We got the physical defense buff. Okay. Can we put any of these things on anybody? He's already got that. I guess Shulk can take the ether increase. It doesn't really help him. It makes his heal slightly better, but it's better than the nothing we had equipped, so. But that's, I think, Shulk's only ether art. Or his only ether art that does anything that would matter with ether up. He has, we don't have it yet. It's his last art, because we've got all but one of them. Because Shulk works differently, because every other character gets 16 arts and then their 1 talent art. Shulk instead gets 8 arts and 8 Monado arts. So he has 16 arts total that he can access. As opposed to 8 selected arts out of 16 and then the 1 talent art. I also don't know if we're under-leveled for this upcoming boss, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, like Shadow Eye, for example, is an ether art, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't do any damage or healing. Oh my god, Shulk. Shulk owie. Everybody got top wall at the same time. I need you to get some aggro off people. I guess he's got the aggro off now, which is good. This is a mistake, but I'm gonna rip a Buster while he's toppled. Oh, our Monado enchant has run out. That's unfortunate. I need to get that back up. We need to upgrade enchant so that it has longer duration. Because it runs out really fast in these even slightly longer encounters. Bridge Rhine. Now, before we head to the bottom of the mines, I want to take a quick check that nobody needs anything better. I guess this is better for Shulk. We can give him this and then give him the strength up gem back. This is definitely better for Rhine. Technically also better for Shulk. It's only medium armor. Maybe this is better for Shulk. And it's not like we're at the point where the weights of the armor really matters very much. So let's do that. Although losing the HP up is kind of unfortunate. This will give him Earth Cloak. And then this is definitely better for... not really. It's not enough to get rid of recovery up for Rhine, I don't think. We could give it to Charla, though. She can take the poison defense back. And then... Gauntlets. I mean, these have defense, but the lack of gem slots makes them cringe. I guess it's better for Charla, but not by enough. And these are slightly better for Rhine. We can give him these and then an HP up. And then same thing for Charla. These are slightly better for her, plus the Ether Up gem. And then let's just check to see that we have no better weapons. Ether Up is still better than any bonus effects on these unique weapons. Okay. And then just because I'm curious, okay, no, we don't have it. Alright, let's not look at fashion right now. Alright, let's go. Down to the bottom of the mines we go. in which I will probably have to be quiet for most of it. So, I'm gonna just... I did it again. That's 3 times now. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. I'll just start doing it this way. I've been trying to... The reason I keep accidentally putting the death counter is because I'm trying to do it with Control Z and Control Y, and then I keep forgetting which one I need to press to make it appear and which I need to make it press to disappear. Because I keep forgetting what the order was. So, that's on me. But let's get on the elevator and head down to the bottom of the mines. A big trip down to an ether river flowing and powering this whole thing. Down we go. I'll see you on the other side, I suppose.
No. They're gone. So whose blood is... Oh no.
Ah, here at last! I've been getting hungry!
Look! Isn't that?
It's him, all right. He's the one who took Juju.
Juju and the others. Tell me where they are!
You want the brat? Well, he's right here!
Juju!
He's still alive, but don't think he will be for long. As for the others, well, I just couldn't help myself. I ate them all up! Welcome to our banquet hall. Tonight, the main course will be you. And if I've still got room, the brat will make a tasty dessert.
Murderer!
I'm Zord, your host tonight.
Zord. So you have a name.
That's what they all say. Can't say that I remember it myself.
What's he talking about?
Oh, yes. It's good to see fresh meat on the table. These colony folk just didn't fill me up.
Gado. The others.
Come on, boys! Dinner's ready!
I swear I won't stop until I've scrapped each and every one of you!
Get behind me!
Right, Shala. We are Homs. And we won't just stand here, waiting to be eaten.
Monardo, do you think that thing could get me?
How about this?
I'm not metal face. You'll have to try harder.
It's the same as before. The Monardo's useless against this guy.
And so now we are in our first encounter with a first real encounter, rather, since the metal face encounter was sort of a tutorial. Our first real encounter with a faced Mechon. The bronze-faced Mechon, Zord. Interesting. He has a name. Shulk's found that interesting. I find that interesting. Also, I hope you're ready to find out if a fly bit him or not. Cause he's gonna say it a couple times. I think a fly bit me! We're trying to get a chain attack ready. Okay, focus on sword. Let's do a side angle attack here to get air slash. Because he is susceptible to break in chain attacks, which allows us to topple him. Let's do a triple on 9. Oh, why did I do that? That was supposed to be Buster. I'm stupid. Nice 2 damage chain attack. We get a little bit of damage out of this. Not a lot, but it's something. Now we can go back to fighting the minions to get more chain gauge build. I'm going to hold on to the Minato charge. So that if we have a vision pop up, we can use it. I don't know why Charlotte has all the aggro right now, but... I think a fly bit me! Let's just raise Charlotte's tension.
Things are really heating up.
Maybe what I'm supposed to do here is Shaker Edge, but I want to get some damage. Shaker Edge to extend the duration. I should have tried to go for a backslash there, but it's okay. Also, we need to apply enchant again for the other two.
I'm not doing too well.
Okay, chain attack time again. Air slash. Wild down. Charla needs heals, so we'll give her a heal blast. No extra rounds, which is unfortunate. Ah, but we're done. Or we got through.
We'll never get to Juju at this rate. I've got to think of something. Huh?
Where did you come from? You feeling hungry, huh? Chew on this, scrap for brains. Boy, now's your chance. Save Juju.
Atharon! Don't do it!
Hurry up!
At this rate, even if we save Juju, Atharon's gonna be...
You see a vision you don't like? We'll change the future together. Got it?
Change. The future. Yes. That's it. Right! You grab Juju!
Shulk! What are you doing?
Oh man, you think you can stop me? No, I don't. But I can do this. if that mechon body of yours can withstand an ether river.
Juju! Wake up!
Shut up. Leave the rest to us. Hang in there, you old fool!
Fall, you damn machine!
Atharon! Hold on!
Shulk!
What a shot!
Boy,
We can change our destinies. Atharon, you won't die here. Not today. Ah!
You cannot defeat me!
Get out of there! Quick! It's giving way!
He's gonna...
it won't be long now, my friends. But not before. Gado! This is for you. This is for the people of Colony 6.
But this isn't supposed to happen. Atharon!
Gado, I'll see you before long.
Ah! Ah! Huh? Ah, that was close. You want to hurry up? My arm's about ready to drop off.
Thank you.
Save the thanks for Shulk and his vision. As soon as I saw an ether river, I knew this had to be the place.
Juju, you're safe now.
What did I tell you? You and me can make anything happen.
Yeah, you were right.
A boy who can change the future. I stand corrected, young man. You've done a great deed here today.
I didn't really do anything. I couldn't have done it without you guys.
Tell me, your vision saved me. But what of the others? What happened to Gado? I see. Shala, take this. Gado would have wanted you to have it.
Time to head back to the camp.
We'll need to get Juju some medical attention.
There's a freight elevator on the next level. From there, it's an easy route out of the mine. As long as it's working.
We'll know that when we get on it.
You make me laugh.
Well, I'm right, ain't I?
You're absolutely right. We need to move on and stop worrying about every little thing. Come on, guys.
And so we have successfully defeated a face Mechon by dunking him in pure fucking ether. and saved Juju and Otharon in the process. Our first real victory against the Mechon. Gatto's rifle is very good, but we don't have enough... we just don't have enough gems, like, to utilize it, although it is much stronger than what we've got equipped. However, for the very foreseeable future, or by very foreseeable, I mean for a long-ass fucking time, I plan to have Sharla with Gatto's rifle equipped visually. Because fortunately we do not have to have it equipped to be able to see it. So that will be Sharla's primary weapon moving forward. Is the memory of her fiancé being used to smite the Mechon, I suppose. Back up we go. Ryan, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, buddy? Oh, there he goes. Almost. You're almost there. Okay. Alright. So now we just gotta get out of the mine, and we are almost done with this section. I hope you've enjoyed this section, and this stream. I'm enjoying this section more than I thought I was going to. Unfortunately, we do have to wait for the next thing. Also, while I'm thinking about it, this is gonna make us wait even longer. But let's fill out the Collectopedia. We have the whole Collectopedia for this area. We can fill out the whole damn thing. Let's do it right now. Might give us some actually useful gems, and then maybe it's worth putting on Gatto's rifle. We get bleed defense. Back attack plus is not terrible for Shulk from the first thing. Recovery up is okay. Ready coil and black chip, which gets us topple up, which is pretty great for Rhine, I think. That does what I remember it doing, which is extending the duration of topple. And muscle up, also very good for Rhine. And a weapon for Rhine. And then we finished almost all of Colony 6. Just the Dober Corgi. Para resist. And what do we get here? Ether defense up. Okay. So we could change around Rhine a little bit. Topple up. Increases damage dealt to enemies suffering topple. If anything, that may be better for Shulk. But I don't think I really can take anything off of Shulk, so let's give it to Rhine, since he's the one that actually does the toppling. And then I would give him a muscle up. I guess, do we have a better helmet? Not really. Okay. And then Shulk, I would like to give Shulk the attack up. I guess it's better than bind resist. We could give him... I guess, hold on. We can move agility to an equipment because the back attack is a weapon only thing. So we can give this to Shulk and then move the agility up to here. And then he still doesn't really need this. We could give him the flat physical defense. Let's give him the heal, the recovery up. And then do we want to give any of these things to Sharla? I guess she would appreciate some extra defense, probably. We could just give her some flat extra defense, sure. Still not enough gems to give her stuff. And we leveled up from doing that, so let's go. It was worth it, chat. I didn't check the weapon on Rhine, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Look at the damage on that shit. That's crazy. And it's got the same gem slots as this, which is so give him strength up and topple up back. But topple up is a really, really strong gem, generally speaking, because 20% damage is a lot, especially as we get further and further in the game and our damage numbers get bigger and bigger. So 1.2 times from Balatro. Shout out to all my Balatro heads in chat. Which is nobody right this second, but you know. I'm a big Balala fan. Although I haven't been playing Balatro a lot lately. I've been sort of taking a break from Balatro. You can only avoid the jester and the house for so long before they take a hold again.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Alright. Anyways, we're probably gonna get a cutscene on this elevator, so I'm going to make myself disappear.
Good. Works perfectly.
You see? What did I say?
We're all impressed.
Hey, why have we stopped?
I don't know, but I think we're about to find out.
Not him again.
This one doesn't give up.
This is our chance, guys.
And so Zord is not dead from the Ether Mine. But he is vulnerable to damage from the Monado now, after being dunked in the river. So now instead of saying, I think a fly bit me, he just screams in excruciating pain instead. Oh, okay. Don't know why I did backslash from the side. I'm a fool. I've never played this game before. Of course he turned around, you piece. Let's see if we can't get a sick, nasty chain attack here. Try and raise Ryan's tension. Give him better crit. Okay, well, we didn't get another round. That's the Charla effect right there, baby. Buster! Why is he not? Okay, he's like AI was not working there for a second. I don't know what that was. I've never seen him do that before. He was just sitting there not moving and not attacking. I don't know why he did that. I've never seen that. The power of the Monado, I guess.
Did we get him?
Got to hand it to you. You beat me without even releasing the true power of the Monado.
True power? What do you know about the Monado?
Sorry, boy. I can't tell you that. You'll have to find out the truth on your own.
The truth?
When I became what you see now, that's when my eyes were opened. It was a good ride while it lasted.
When you became like this? What do you mean?
Time's up, Pipsqueak. I'm gone!
Sword! Get back!
know he's dead. He just had to say some cryptic stuff first.
We smashed that bronze idiot. Now the people of Colony 6 can rest in peace.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Shala,
Oh, thank the stars you're all right.
where are we?
Just outside Colony 6. Thanks to Shulk and Rhine, we destroyed that thing. But not everyone made it.
Oh? I'm so sorry. Shulk? Ryan? I didn't mean to cause any more trouble, running off like that.
Forget about it, kid. We settled the score.
Thanks.
Yes, but there's still no sign of that Mekon with the metal face. He's the one we're really after.
Yeah.
Hope I'm not interrupting.
It's him! Metal face! Ah!
Not just him. A whole bunch. And tons of them look like Zord.
Pathetic. After all that talk, Zord was crushed by worthless maggots like you.
Oh, this one can talk and all.
I can talk all right. And I got a good memory. Fiora! Get out of there! Get out! These screams were music to my ears. My claws slid right through her soft flesh. Like a hot knife through butter.
Talk all you want. Because those words will be your last!
The Monado! Yeah, it's been a while. But you should know by now. The Monado can't stop me!
Shulk!
Shulk!
I'm gonna...
Any way you slice it, the Monado ain't gonna work, boy. Didn't work then, won't work now. Now, time to cut you down to size. Hey, what?
Lads.
Now, let him have it, beast.
The goat.
How did you...
Sorry to have kept you. Looks like we were just in time.
Don't forget about organizing the party, because 2 people have joined us for this encounter. Dunban and Dixon. Heroes from the war. Also, that song that was playing during that cutscene, called Unfinished Business, never plays again and never loops once. Because they hate us. And Dunban currently has a weapon that is able to damage the Mekon. Not Dixon, though. So we do have to enchant Dixon, but... also, I think our only healing now is Shulk, so we do have to be a little more careful.
Here we go! Yeah! Come on! We're counting on you! Leave it to me! Steel Flash! Get him! I know!
God, I forgot Dixon's moveset is a little limited. I wonder if Dixon is a permanent party member or not, judging by this move list versus Dunban's. I don't think I can tell, guys. I mean, what? No, Dixon's a permanent party member.
There's no end to them. Where are they coming from?
I can take the smaller ones, but the rest will be like fighting Zord over and over.
If only the Monado would work on these things.
Focus, Shulk!
Look out!
Rhine!
Look at you all.
Look at this, metal brain!
That it, Grandpa?
Running out of ideas here. You may be able to block a projectile, but let's see if you can block this!
Tell me, how does it feel to be such a pathetic hero?
You okay, Dunban?
Oh, does it hurt? I bet it does. It hurts because the Monado won't work for a bunch of losers like you!
What are you?
Save it. I ain't interested. You little maggots need to learn when you've been stepped on.
That light. Everyone, fall back, now!
Won't change a thing. I'm gonna wipe you out once and for all. What the? A telepia?
Now's our chance!
You'll pay for that. How are you?
We must be outside the tower.
Welcome, true heir to the Monado.
Father!
Weak and pathetic.
What or who are you?
You will pay for what you've done! You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora! Another one.
Enough of this. You got lucky, brat. Next time, your head is mine.
You're not getting away!
Get back here!
Shulk, Rhine, let it go!
You've got to be kidding! He's the one who killed Fiora!
Know your limits. We'll get another chance.
Fine.
That thing saved us. Whatever it was.
You did well. But what of the boy? Ah. Well then, there is much to be done.
And that is the end of chapter 5. I fucking love that shit, man. It's so cool. Dunban and Dixon coming in with Unfinished Business song playing. The whole thing with Metalface is so good. The appearance of the mysterious figure from our dream who seems to be commanding the Telethia that wiped out Face Mechon like it was nothing. Taunting them, like Metalface taunting them. The vision that Shulk has is really, I don't know, it gives me kind of chills. Oh, it's so fucking good. However, we're not stopping there. I do want to go a little tiny bit into chapter 6. So I'll shut up again. Also, that whole scene is guaranteed to have a thunderstorm, which is what the weather is right now.
It's been a while, Grandpa. 1 year, if my memory hasn't left me. Good to see you haven't kicked the bucket.
Put a sock in it.
Wait. Dixon. Dunban. You're the heroes who risked your lives a year ago in the battle to defend the colonies.
What's a pretty young lady like you doing hanging around with this bunch of slackers?
Dunban, Dixon. Thanks for helping out back there.
I don't believe we did anything.
He's right. Save your thanks for that giant bird.
What was that thing?
A Telethia. A mystical beast that protects the sleeping Bionis. Though I've never heard of one ever venturing down to where us Homs live. Strange.
A Telethia? So that's what it's called. A mystical beast that protects the Bionis. So, what's your plan from here? Follow that metal-faced machine, I presume?
What else? He's gonna pay for what he did to Fiora.
Well then, there's only one place he'd go. Galahad Fortress in Sword Valley. A year ago, those things were building a huge fortress, right in the valley. Tactically, it's an excellent location to launch attacks from. I feel there's a strong chance they've now finished building it. That would explain why both colonies were attacked recently.
Sword Valley. The very place where we made our last stand 1 year ago.
So it's settled. Bash down a fortress and smash some metal brains.
Easy, Ryan.
Shulk?
There's somewhere else I need to go first.
But what could be more important than... Wait, you saw another one.
Saw what? What are you on about? These visions sound pretty handy. Well, out with it. What do you see?
I was somewhere very high up. I was fighting at the peak of a huge tower. Fighting Metalface. I heard a voice. And then the Monado's power was unleashed. His armor instantly gave way. The Monado doesn't work on Metalface at the moment. But if that vision comes true...
A tower, huh? Doesn't give us much to go on.
Can you remember anything else from your vision?
I remember... a huge horn. That's it. As I fought Metalface, I could see the Bionis head.
Prison Island.
Prison Island?
I've never been. But I've heard of a black tower at the head of the Bionis. They say it was built by the ancient High Entia race.
The High Entia are real. I thought they were a myth.
I wouldn't blame you, son. An ancient race living at the top of the Bionis? It does sound crazy. But Bionis is home to all kinds of different people, not just us. That includes the High Entia.
The High Entia, huh? I dismiss them as folklore as well.
Never assume anything. Seeing is believing, right?
Have you ever met one?
Well, yeah.
Wow. Dixon, man, you're just full of surprises.
What can I say? I'm well-traveled. And it's all for your future. Day and night I've searched for new lands, met new cultures, and gained knowledge for our people. The life of a wandering old fool. A lonely one at that.
Stop your whining. You do it because you enjoy it. And you make a tidy profit.
Who asked you, Dumban?
Well then, Shulk, what's it to be? We'll head there. There are alternatives. We could abandon the colonies, find a place the Mechon will not discover and live in secret. I realized something when we were fighting Zord. Wherever we go, they'll follow. We can't run from these things. We must fight on. I see. Then I am obliged to join you. You want to come with us? Scared I'll get hurt? No way! We know you're stronger than anything. Right, Ryan?
You bet!
I've recovered a great deal since we last met. And that miserly old coot over there made me this. Sharp, light, perfect for cutting through steel. Show me a Mechon and I'll slice it in two. I might not be in peak condition, but I'm useful. I can't thank you enough. We're in it together now. You can count on us, Dumban.
Miserly old coot. That sword is forged from Mechon armor. It's worth every penny.
So you keep saying.
If you want to go to the Bionis head, you'll need a guide to get to the upper regions.
We're at the bottom, so I guess the only way to go is up.
Right. But we'll need to go up the lower back first.
The lower back?
Colony 6 is right at the top of the Bionis leg. So we'll have to head around the waist. through a place called Sartall Marsh. Follow me.
And so now we have Dunban for real in the party. Dixon is now a guest alongside Juju and Atharon. And he is permanently part of the party for the rest of the game. And the goat is here. This is where I want to end this section, is with Dunban joining the crew. Getting a vision of the future, that we need to go to the head of the Bionis to reach some prison island in order to unlock the power of the Monado so that we can damage the Mechon that have faces. With our next step being heading around the waste to Sartall Marsh so that we can keep going up and up and up and up. This is where I want to call this section. However, I will say, for Misfit's sake here, I assume you've made it to the end here. If you think that this section is too short and don't want to end here at the end of the Colony 6 section, I would be willing to also cover Sartall Marsh, the next area, and then stop at the end of Sartall Marsh. I think anything past Sartall Marsh would be too much. But I think that Colony 6, it would maybe be nice to just focus on by itself, but I will let you decide if you want more to chew on, or if you want to keep going for one more area to Sartall Marsh, because Sartall Marsh is a bit of a smaller deal than the whole Colony 6 thing was. And it's regardless, Sartall Marsh is going to be, I think, packaged with something else, unless we want to do a really short one next time. And my plan was to package Sartall Marsh with the area after it. But we could also put Sartall Marsh here at the end of the Colony 6 segment, as we move towards the future. But I feel like this is a good stopping point myself. But I think that Sartall Marsh is not a bad stopping point to end on either, so I will let you decide if you'd rather go further. I've had a wonderful time. This was a fun stream. I managed to keep up conversation for most of it. With myself. So, thanks for hanging out. I hope you've enjoyed watching these and are still having fun with this. I'm still very nervous about this whole thing, so, I hope you're enjoying it. Let me take us to Deer Game just for the goodbyes, in case you want to win Deer Game before the stream is over. Thanks for hanging out. Be good to yourselves. Stay hydrated. Normally I end the Soulsborne streams with Don't You Dare Go Hollow, but that doesn't make sense here, so, I don't know. You can change the future. Fate is in your hands or something. I don't know. I'll think about it. I gotta workshop it. That's the end of the stream. Thanks for hanging out.